So for today's session, you will need a prop. I'm going to use a tie, but you could use like a beach towel, a scarf, anything kind of, that sort of length. The band from your dressing gown actually is a really good option. But we will need that throughout class. You could probably do without, but it's nice to have it if you can. We're going to start standing towards the back of our mat with our feet hip distance apart, big toes parallel. And as you inhale, just float both arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, arms will fall by your sides, shin falls towards your chest, and you slowly start to melt down, allowing the spine to round as you lower down. So finding space between the shoulder blades, space between the vertebrae, as much of a bend into your knees as you need here, and taking a nice deep inhale at the bottom. From the bottom of your forward fold, you're sinking your big toes, baby toes, and heels into the mat and rising through the arches of the feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Almost imagine you're holding a block or a ball between your thighs, and as you exhale, slowly begin to stack your spine up, one vertebrae at a time. As your shoulders come up, they'll roll up, roll back to bring your head up last. Inhale to float arms up. Exhale, arms fall, chin, chest, soft knees, roll it down. Deep breath in at the bottom of your forward fold. And as you exhale, slowly keeping connection to inner thigh as you stack spine up. And again, as the shoulders come up, they roll up, roll back, bringing head up last. Inhale to reach. Exhale, arms falling, chin melting, soft knees, round it down. This time we're going to hold at the bottom of our forward fold. You can bring a deep bend into one knee, lengthening through the other, and begin to alternate that bend. Finding a nice deep stretch into the hips, into the hamstrings, maybe even a little calf depending where you're at. And just really focusing in on breath. If it feels nice, you can hold on to alternate elbows and just kind of chill out here. Maybe a little sway, little rock from side to side. And then find a centered position. Hands meet the floor, and again, as much of a bend in your knees as you need here. Hands are going to start to walk out ahead of you. Hips are going to stay lifted, and you'll find your downward dog. From here, same again, you're going to pedal out the feet. So one heel rises, one heel sinks into the mat. A little bit deeper into the calves here. And just really focusing in on your breathing. Inhale to lift both heels high. And as you exhale, slowly shift your weight forward so that shoulders are directly over your wrists. Take a nice deep breath in your plank. And as you exhale, hips reach up and back, chest melts back towards the thighs. If you've got the space to lower your heels, lower your heels. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, forward to plank, collarbones wide. Deep breath in your plank. And as you exhale, hips up, hips back, heels down. From here, we're going to slowly float our left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend left knee in towards your nose. And stamp your left foot down to the floor outside left hand if you can. Lower the right knee down onto the mat. Right toes relax. Right hand stays on the mat. Left arm floats up towards the ceiling. Push away from the floor with that right hand. Hold and breathe. And then slowly lowering left hand down. See if you can roll onto the left side of the foot, allowing the knee to fall wide. Nice deep stretch for the hips. You can stay as you are, or if you've got the space, you can come down onto your forearms. And if you want to go a little further with it, you can of course tuck your toes and lift your back knee. Hold and breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Slowly. Left foot's going to stay exactly where it is. You can plant the sole of the left foot down onto the mat. Hands are going to walk a little closer towards you if you've been on your forearms. You're going to see if you can swing your right foot up to outside right hand, and you'll be in a nice deep squat. From here, hands can come into a prayer position, and you're trying to send your knees out as wide as you can. Chest is open, we're breathing here. If heels are up, absolutely fine, but if you can have them down, have them down. Maybe a little sway, a little rock from side to side if that's feeling good. And then from here, hands down to the mat, left foot steps back, option to drop that left knee. Left hand stays heavy on the mat and right arm floats up towards the ceiling. Push away from the floor with that left arm. Exhale to lower right hand down. And then rolling onto the outside of the right foot, allowing the knee to fall out wide to the side. Again, you can stay as you are, or you can come down onto forearm. You can go even deeper by tucking your toes and lifting back knee, sending heel back behind. If this doesn't agree with your ankle, of course, leave it out. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Palms the hands to the mat. Left foot's going to stay where it is. Right foot's going to step back, finding your plank. From your plank, you can keep the knees lifted or lower them down to the mat. Elbows are going to bend in towards your sides as you shift your weight slightly forward. Inhale, chest comes forward enough, finding an upward dog position. Shoulders slide down your back. And as you exhale, hips lift up and back, downward dog. From your downward dog, right leg hovers up towards the ceiling. Right knee bends in towards your nose. Bring right knee towards the outside of the right wrist. Right foot across towards left wrist, and then lengthen left leg back behind you into your pigeon. And you can stay here if it's feeling good, or you can exhale to slowly drop down. Chest can melt onto the mat. If you've got the space, arms reaching feels really good. And we're going to hold and breathe here. And then slowly, we'll walk our hands back towards us. Right leg's going to stay as it is. Left heel is going to bend in towards your left sit bone. Left foot can stay as it is where it is. If this doesn't agree with your knees, don't take it. Or left arm is going to loop around and take hold of left foot. If you can slide the left foot up towards left elbow. Right arm reaches up and over and clasps left hand. Ooh. And you should get a really nice deep stretch up the front of the left leg. Hold it here for 5, for 4, last 3, 2, and on 1. Slowly, right hand down. Release the left leg. Left hand comes back to the mat. Left toes tuck under, lifting left knee. We'll stand our right foot back to plank. From your plank, shift your weight slightly forward, bend elbows. Inhale, chest comes forward and up. And as you exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Left leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Left knee bends in towards your nose. Left foot across towards the outside of the left wrist. And then right knee lowers down to the mat. You can edge your right leg back as much as you need to. You can stay exactly as you are where you are if you're feeling comfortable. Or you can walk your hands down in front of you, coming onto either forearms, or if you have the space, reaching arms out. And just breathing. Slowly. Start to walk your hands back towards you. Bend right knee, right heel towards sit bone. You can stay as you are or reach your right arm back. Sliding the right foot up towards right elbow. Left arm comes up and over, and you're holding breathing here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, just releasing it out. Both hands down, right toes tuck under. Left foot steps back, lower your knees down to the mat, sit your bum back towards your heels, child's pose. And then from your child's pose, you're going to lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Slide your hips so that they're directly over your knees. Chest is melting down towards the floor. Gaze can be forward. A few breaths here. And then I want you to take your right arm and thread it underneath your left arm, resting right shoulder onto the mat, right cheek onto the mat, and just taking a few deep breaths in here. Slowly, slowly, we'll switch sides. And then slowly, slowly, both hands reach forward. Chest melts even deeper. Sit bones even higher. Hold it for 5. For 4. 3. 2. And on 1, walk your hands back towards you. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your spine, look down towards your thighs. As you inhale, tailbone up towards the ceiling, chest forward and up. Exhale, tailbone tucks under, spine rounds. Inhale, tailbone to the ceiling, chest forward and up through the arms. Find your midpoint. From your midpoint, slowly, slowly, reach your left arm forward, send your right leg back. Right heel reaches back behind you, hips stay squared. Tiny, tiny lift of belly button towards the spine. You're holding, breathing here for 5. For 4. Last 3, keep that right heel reaching for 2. And on 1, bend your left elbow and your right knee in towards your belly button. They'll meet. Exhale to reach and lengthen. Inhale, bending in. Exhale, reaching, lengthening. Let's go for 5. For 4. Last 3. 2. And on 1. Left hand lowers, right knee down. Take a moment, find your midpoint, reach your left leg back behind you, heel away from you, right arm forward, hold and breathe. And then bending right elbow in towards the knee, extend. Bend right elbow in towards the knee, extend for 5, for 4, last 3, last 2, and on 1, slowly, slowly plant right hand down, left knee down. Sit bum back towards your heels. Kneeling up, hands are going to clasp together. Send the palms of your hands away from you. Tuck your chin in towards your chest and allow your spine to round. As you inhale, chest comes forward and up, arms float up. And then as you exhale, tailbone tucks under, arms reach forward, spine rounds. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, rounding. Inhale to reach. And exhale to round. And then finding a middle point, allowing your arms to relax down. And you're just going to come into a cross-legged position. From your cross-legged position, sitting up nice and tall, left hand outside right leg, right fingertips turn behind you onto the mat. Inhale to sit tall, and as you exhale, rotate, looking over back shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, back to center. And we'll switch sides. Right hand, left knee, left fingertips behind. Inhaling to sit tall, exhaling to rotate. And then slowly, slowly back to center. Once you're back to center, soles the feet together, knees wide. Hands can hold onto the feet. Try to keep your collarbones wide, little pulses with the knees, opening out through the hips. If this is too shallow of an angle for your knees, walk your feet a little further away from you, and then find a still point. Once you've found a still point, hands come down to the mat. They can stay on your feet, or you can start to walk your hands forward and allow your chest to melt down towards the mat. Just holding, breathing here. Try to keep the sit bones heavy. And then slowly, slowly sitting tall. Once you are sitting tall, knees draw together, legs reach out ahead of you. Sitting up nice and tall from here, heels reach away from you. You will need your strap once you're lying back. So you're going to hold on to the strap, arms reach forward, palms of the hands are facing each other. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, Really focus on lengthening the vertebrae of your lower back. So for me, these guys like to miss it. Mid back will do the movement, upper back will move, but lower back doesn't really want to move. So really take your time easing through each vertebrae of the lower back as you slowly rest your spine down onto the mat. One spine is resting. Slide your left heel in towards you. Float your left leg into tabletop and step your left foot against your strap, whatever version of a strap you're using. Left heel reaches up towards the ceiling, both hands holding the strap, shoulders heavy. From here, the next movement is a really tiny one. It's going to look like you're turning your left toes left and then turning your left toes right. But this movement is actually coming from thigh bone, externally rotating, internally rotating. So thigh bone opens, thigh bone internally rotates. Really small movement. It feels pretty nervy because you've loads of nerve pathways at the back of the hip joint, but this is a really nice way to free them up. It also targets all three parts of your hamstring, so that's a win. We're going to find a midpoint, hold it. Your right hand is going to take hold of your strap and you're drawing your left leg across the body. Left shoulder stays heavy, few deep breaths here. Keep reaching your left heel away from you. Holy God. Ooh. Make sure you're breathing nice and deeply. And then slowly we'll come back through center. Left hand's going to take hold of your strap. Right hand's going to rest onto right hip. Left leg, left arm, out to the left. That right hip's going to want to roll with you, so just try and keep it as still and steady as you can. And then back to center. Bend your left knee in towards you. Lower left foot down to the mat. Slide right heel in towards you. Float your right foot up into the strap. Left leg lengthens along the floor. It's nice and resting on the floor. And then from here, same idea. Heel to the ceiling, toes down towards you. We're finding the internal rotation of our thigh bone external. For me, this leg is way worse. I do not know why. I'm very stiff on this side. Really important that you breathe nice and deeply to let your nervous system know that it's actually okay for your leg to be here, even though I'm shaking. You can find your midpoint. Your left hand's going to take hold of the band. Right shoulder heavy, and then you're slowly drawing across the body, reaching right heel away from you. You can cry if you want, I might. We'll be here for 5, for 4, 3. Next time I might just demonstrate the other leg. For 2, and on 1, come back through center. Switch hands. Right leg's coming out to the right, left hip staying still and steady on the mat. Naturally, it's going to want to roll with you. It's almost like you're trying to bring your right toes up towards your right ear. Hold and breathe. And then slowly back to center. Bend your right knee. Step your right foot down onto the floor. Ditch your strap. Left foot slides in towards you. Arms can fall out wide like a T, or if you don't have space, cactus arms. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can allow your hips to shift to the right side of the mat. Allow your knees to fall to the left. And just finding a nice little twist here. Inhale to come back through center. Exhale to switch sides. And you can allow each inhale to allow the back of the shoulders to spread a little wider on the mat. And use exhale to sink your knees a little bit deeper. And then slowly come back to center. And just allow your legs to rest down. Allow your arms to relax down by sides. And that is you done for today. If you want to chill out here in Shavasana, you can, of course. Well done.